Let's go!
Hello, and welcome to a new episode of
Dev Talk and Play
Yes
with us, Jana.
in Friedrich.
That's right. This is the
Nice,
60.
nice people in the chat. I don't know why glue, Glini. Are you a Klimakleber?
Uh,
I don't know. Do we want to glue to our stream so we stream forever?
Lini's asking if you have recovered
Recovered from the jam or what?
from your sickness.
From my sickness. Because I was ill, I had the flu.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think a little bit. It still takes. It's there. Something is still there, but I feel better, much better.
That's good.
Yeah.
Warm night.
Yeah.
So this is the 67th episode, but because we are celebrating our Global Game Jam entry Route 666,
Yeah.
it's the 66.6 episode.
Wow, we fixed it.
Yeah, it's such a coincidence.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to talk about, or
Oh,
maybe?
I didn't prepare anything.
I
To be
didn't.
honest, I was super lazy.
I mean, you're doing a lot of dev stuff, like asking around about.
yeah. I mean, right now I'm
People-
very interested in conferences this year and also possibilities where we could exhibit our game. Glini, are you going to the Cactus? Cactus. It's a smaller. No, not even going. It's a smaller exhibition in Leipzig, which was formerly the DreamHack, which was formerly the Games Convention ages ago.
Yeah, it's at the same venue, but
Yeah.
it's not really the games convention.
But that's where the Games Convention was, and they're still, I would say, struggling to bring back
Am I right?
this kind of event. Although it's not really a game exhibition only. Yeah, it's right. It's not a game exhibition only. It's rather a huge LAN party.
Those still exist.
Those still exist, and they're pretty big, pretty beloved. And there's another hall where exhibitions are and stuff.
How much is a ticket? Buy tickets. Get your
Get
ticket.
they,
Ticket.
they hide it very well.
If we do it privately,
It's
23. If we do it as a professional, it's
What?
120 for all the days.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, interesting.
I don't know. Don't know about that.
Okay, it's 48.
I
if
mean,
you
what
are
does
doing all
the
days.
business ticket include? What do they offer? I'm not sure.
It doesn't say anything about
Okay,
that.
Glini says too early. Sorry, I saw it too late. The too early. I don't know what you mean. Probably in April for you to exhibit.
Hey,
in the place.
Crabman.
Crabman. Hello.
Hello.
Okay, Glini is searching for a ticket. I would only come a single day anyways. Yeah, I guess. I'm hyped for the LNC. That's the long night of computer games.
Also
Cool.
Leipzig.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So that we are going there definitely, but I'm also looking like for other conventions, like there are the German Dev Days. I think I always saw them and I always retweeted them, but I never went there. And right now I'm about to find out, okay, is that maybe something that is cool to go? Is that something we should go to with Patou? And there's of course also the Gamescom. I don't know if we would exhibit there. I say no because we are not, the game is not that huge and we are not that ready. But
Yeah.
there is an indie area in the conference before the Gamescom, and I would apply for that. At least try.
you do that.
You do.
I'm not sure yet if I really want to see the games come again.
Yeah, but it's not Gamescom. It's the
Yeah,
Gamescom.
sure.
It's the DevCom, okay? It's a
It's
conference
also
before
a
Gamescom.
question about prices.
And also,
Anyway,
I would go to the business area of the Gamescom this
know.
year. I wouldn't go to the whole Gamescom. Probably, I don't know.
Are you gonna see Patou at the last long night of computer games? Maybe it's also at the same time as the Amaze.
Yeah, that sucks a bit. The date is overlapping again. I mean, that happened before, and I think sometimes we went from the Amaze to the
Yeah, it's a bit of
Gamescom
a
because it's on
stress
Sunday.
factor.
It's on Sunday, right? No, it's Saturday. Yeah, so that sucks a bit because you will always miss like the last evening with the awards and the party and hanging out for last time with people.
Maybe we just sent our interns to the long night.
Yeah, but Patrick has his own games, so I'm not sure. What does Crabman say? I missed 1 or 2 streams. What's the status on Patou? What's the status on Patou? Today is not Patou day. But yeah, good question. Today was it today or yesterday? Yeah, both. For me, it was yesterday. I calculated how long it still takes us to release the game. It's next year. It's totally 1 year from now
Yeah.
to release the game. Yeah, but I think it feels good right now because
We have some progress, technical progress and idea progress, and it feels like we're progressing.
And I feel fine with the style, and our author did quit because they have a new job. So Friedrich's brother is taking over, which kind of is cool because we wanted to ask him in the beginning anyway. So yeah, now he's our author and our composer. I hope he can handle both. But we have less music than actually planned, so it should be fine.
And to spill a bit of the beans, it's like I actually feel more confident now in the story because before it always felt a bit our author doesn't really think into the game while my brother actually does it a bit more.
He thought through some stuff where I really asked us questions where we were like, oh, right, good question. I don't know, I don't have an example right now, but he thought through some more of the relationships and some more of the symbols. He really processed the stuff in his mind and asked questions, and it feels really good right now. And also Patrick helping is cool. It's really fun to have a third person there that brings another perspective into the game. You know, that's not just Friedrich and us. That's really good.
Friedrich and us.
Friedrich and us, yeah. You and us. That's how I think. You know what I mean?
It's not just us.
Yeah, that's good sometimes. You know, I feel we need much more input on Patou from the outside. So we are right now we are working to finish the first demo. It's not like a thing I would call a demo that you put on Steam to bring it to Steam Fest, for example, next fest. But it's a demo, you know, to show people if they like the dog. I'm also building a new Patou right now that is cuter and more fluff and more fat. To just decide if they like the style and if they like the game, what they see so far. So that's the next step.
I still remember, Glini says, I still remember the story about how your money was cut because they thought the story wasn't good enough. It was more like they thought we can't do it alone. And they are story.
No, but it was not good enough because they were story focused and they were cutting money because the story wasn't there yet.
Yeah, sure, that's how we worked. That's what I mean. It wasn't good enough, not in the sense it was bad, but it wasn't enough.
Yeah, it wasn't enough.
Yeah.
Which is still a problem because one learning is next time I wouldn't do so much story. I would rather do story over stuff like, you know, visual storytelling or...
That reminds me that we always wanted like little documents you can read in Try, and we never did those. We only had the monk who's talking, and that was all of what the story had.
I mean, the story pieces you wrote, they were fun, but I never saw that the story made sense for Try.
Sure.
But
Just
I
saying
still don't know if that was a good decision, you know.
it would have been possible, but we never actually
Yeah.
thought it was necessary to.
But I'm still thinking we are not the story creators. And
I am.
what? The problem is that you are the programmer and that you never have time for the stuff you also claim to
Sure.
want to
I'm
do
just-
as well.
I'm just thinking, of course, I'm not the super great story writer and have a lot of knowledge in that. I'm just thinking I could do a little story, but
Yeah, I never denied this. Your writing is always fun and stuff. I just think we don't have the time
sure.
and also, I mean, we sometimes talk about what we do after Patou, and we definitely want to do something that is much smaller. I love that René from Pippin Bits, who did Domekeeper, I love that he wrote today something like he wants to do a smaller game than
Than
Domekeeper
Domekeeper.
after that, which is fun because I still think Domekeeper is a smaller game, but for the studio, perfect size. Okay, we always choose projects that are
Sure. I think,
much too big, and I really want to do a project that is much smaller.
actually,
after
I
that.
think any small game will be the size of Domekeeper in the end. At the beginning, it might be much smaller, but
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, if you don't make like games that are like, you know, smartphone games,
Sure.
I think they often have the thinking to make something very small, very cool, and still succeed. You know?
Okay, I'm talking out of my ass. It's just in general, I think that of course there are a lot of exceptions. But
Yeah. Yeah, sure. So let's see. But hey, it's in a year that we can do smaller games. But we also talked about that, like a game like Route 66.
what is it?
No, 666. Yeah, not
Route-
66. 666.
Route 666.
Nobody says it like that.
Yeah, sure.
It's something that we would be interested in creating for real. But yeah,
So
in a year.
let's talk about Route 666. I'm just.
Oh, anyway, just coming back to the plans about to which conventions we go and stuff. If you have any conventions or exhibitions that are cool and that you're going this year, except the LNC, please tell in the comments or in the chat, because I would be very interested. I feel sometimes like a complete beginner right now. Like I never did this game dev,
It's so long
networking,
ago, yeah.
exhibitioning thing
We
at
did,
all.
We did this so much, but it's
Yeah,
really like
it's really so long
restart.
ago. It's like doing serious games in the last time at
We exhibited on the EMAs, on the Gamescom, other stuff. I was at the indie exhibition in Amsterdam. What was that?
DevGam, maybe wasn't the
No,
name.
no, in Amsterdam. That was some. It was actually some mobile game event, but they invited us, and I went, and it was great. Anyway,
Glynny wrote, I am focusing heavily on development of my game currently, so I don't pay attention. That's fair. Absolutely fair.
now let's talk about this.
Yeah.
So, why is it called Route 666?
Because the topic of the Global Game
The
Jam,
theme.
to those who don't know what a Global Game Jam is, it's a game jam that happened globally last weekend. Although it started like the week before, and you get 3 days that you can choose from that time span. And we jammed on the weekend, and the topic was roots, which was pretty
Correct.
cool because they really often choose themes that are that you can see in different ways. At least I feel they chose it because of that. Because a root is of course like literal root plant stuff, but it's also of course where you come from or the starting point of something. And yeah, I really like the theme. I mean, you knew it before because
sure.
you were the site
Host.
owner, the host, and you get it like a week before. but I didn't want to know it. I just told you, yeah, I want to do like this and that idea, and let's do a game about ships and sailing. And you
We
were,
can do that.
the game doesn't fit, the topic doesn't fit for that. But you never told me the topic, so
Theme.
theme,
Theme.
topic, theme,
I don't know.
whatever.
Is topic the right word? Yeah. But the name of our game comes actually from you.
Yeah, we were brainstorming about what roots can be, and I was like, oh, Route 66. I don't know. I mean, I know that it wasn't written. I have this with English quite often that I write total bullshit because it sounds like this word, but it's written different. And in a moment, especially on Twitter, this happens, that I write something that is totally
Sounds
not
like you're not a
written.
native speaker.
Yeah, but that doesn't happen in, okay, other languages. In German, it doesn't happen like that. Although
It does.
sometimes when I really brain dead, like at the end of work, and I talked and wrote a lot, then this happens as well. In French, yeah, well, my French, what's the word? Vocabulary. Yeah, my vocabulary is so bad. I don't have the word vocabulary in it. So, my French vocabulary isn't that great, so I can't make those mistakes where stuff sounds alike. I don't know. So that was the idea, Route 66, and we took it again as the topic. I mean, I sometimes think it's lame to name your game a Route 666 is also very good.
Don't be rude.
Don't be rude. Yeah, taking the topic as the name of the game is always super lame, but in that case, I don't know, it worked for me very well. I love the name.
As we were hosting, or I was owning the site
Yeah.
to tell the background story on that, we just wanted to take part. We were interested in the beginning, we were interested in going to Leipzig for that because there are always 20 to 30 people there.
Oh, by the way,
But
Quackman, have you been in Leipzig? Did you jam? Because you're also a very active jammer, and did you take part in it? Glynny, I know you didn't take part, but Quackman?
You
What else? I just want to ask a question.
can
Yeah,
do that
Leipzig.
afterwards.
Why didn't we jam in Leipzig? Tell me.
Because they didn't have a site for a longer time, and we wanted to be safe, that we are actually somewhere and that
We
just not
wanted
just
to
online.
shower.
Can I talk, please? Yes, we didn't want to stay overnight in some cold hall, a cold room, and don't have
Hard
any
in our own beds.
that too.
Crapman says, I did not. I missed it even happening.
But the global game jam is always at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then we chose to not the Leipzig Game Jam, and I asked someone from Prefrontal Cortex, which is a company right in the same building as we have our office, and they mostly studied the same as us, so we were good friends, and they said, yeah, we are going to jam, but well, some of them, but we are not doing it officially, we just want to do something on the weekend.
Yeah.
And then I decided to make a location out of it. And it wasn't really open, like in the beginning, it was just us. And then I opened it, but nobody else came, which was, of course, totally okay, because that's what I wanted. Some cozy little jam with a few people, and we had pizza, and it was great.
It was super fun. Also, we worked quite long, but it didn't feel bad. It felt pretty good to jam.
Yeah.
Crapman wrote, to be fair, I have never once participated in GDJ, so I wouldn't know what time would be the same time.
End of January.
Okay. Okay, next time we remind you, because it's always pretty fun. Yeah, I never saw you at Leipzig, right?
Are you even in Leipzig?
It's sad because they did it in the base camp. Is that the name?
I don't know.
Where also the game dev meetups are, because they were searching for a location. It was really like for years we could use
HTWK.
HTWK, a school. They also have programming and stuff. Teach computer science and stuff, and they let us host the jam there like openly. We could invite other people, and it was really really nice. But this year they said no, or you pay $1,000 for it.
Or
It was,
euros.
and it was so they just didn't want. They made a number up. They just didn't want people there that they don't know. I don't know. It was
they
weird.
had a professor there who was
Yeah, Klaus Bastian was pretty cool.
pretty cool. He was very interested in doing this and was worked together with us, and then later on with Marius and the crew.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently that's not the case anymore.
And you retired. years ago.
Yeah, but he retired already a longer time ago. But the new professors are obviously not interested in hosting an event that is not directly related to the HTWK.
Yeah, so they were really struggling and searching for a new site, which is really pretty crucial when you do the global game jam. I remember when we wanted to do the first site in Leipzig, we didn't choose Halle where we actually live and work. We wanted to go to Leipzig because we thought it's bigger and we find more people there. It is bigger, and yeah, you will find more people than here. And it was really hard to find a good place at that time where you could jam. And until we found the HWK, like the university. Yeah. But they found something and they had 20 members, so that's really cool for them. The strawberry jam. Why strawberry jam? What was that?
That was a not safe for work jam.
Oh, that jam! Oh yeah, that sounded nice. That sounded really good. I remember you posted it. True. Crabman says, I'm kind of psyched for the Griller jam you had on the Discord though.
Yeah, that was Voxel's finding, and
Yeah.
I'm also interested because I really like girders as a concept. I don't play them much. I did play some, but those were all bad.
Mm-hmm.
But I must say, I find them very restrictive. I could probably do it, but
Not the gridders as a whole, the jam, right?
Hmm?
Not the gridders in itself, but the jam.
The jam is very restrictive, very rigid, and like you need to have all these specific rules, and it's not that open like the 7-day roguelike jam. So I'm thinking, and I don't even know if I have enough time to do anything good enough.
No.
But yeah, I'm interested. They have actually a very active and big Discord from dungeoncrawlers.org. And I asked if what happens if I break the rules, and they will actually disqualify you if you don't follow it enough. So yeah, maybe, but maybe not.
Yeah. Glenny says, the jam is over until I finished reading all these jam rules. LOL. Yeah.
It just so happens that what was going on with my recent Gridder experience as well. So I'm into it. Yeah, sure, the same. I still want to make a Gridder. I still want to create the stealth Gridder I had as an idea. But yeah, that one wouldn't fit.
Also that you have to have combat. Not that I don't like combat. I mean, it's important in the Gridder.
It does. Do you need
the game must have combat.
Or
okay,
a similar
okay,
mechanic for determining outcome of certain
okay,
situations.
sorry, I didn't read further.
I mean,
because
yeah, you can probably do big lax interpretation, but they probably, I think they really want this. They really want the Eye of the Beholder stuff. They are big fans of these games, and if it doesn't fit inside, then it's probably too experimental for them.
But I don't understand. For me, jams are to experiment. Exactly, to experiment. Why don't they let people experiment?
Yeah, it's different directions. Some want this game, others want this genre, others want make anything. So it's actually
wow.
one of the biggest jams right now.
Crazy.
That's what they said, at least. I don't know.
Okay, not bad. 740 plus attendees, or at least
join.
The
thing is,
probably
last
only half
year
will really do stuff.
Last year it had 41 entries, so I'm eager to see if it's this time 100 or 200.
Yeah.
Or if it keeps the same amount. Yeah, back to our game. We made a game. This was this is our team.
Oh wait, can I ask Crabman another thing? Like the gritter was what he showed with the cool intro, like the horror game. That was
Yeah.
also very psychological. What happened to that? It sounded like you abandoned it. Or do
I
you
think
still?
he said it was an experiment.
Okay, I thought you
I
were
think
going.
it was something they wanted to make next.
Okay,
But he will probably correct me on this.
okay. So without further interruptions,
Yeah, I don't know.
do it. Show the game.
Yes, indeed, not abandoned, just needs a lot more work. Yeah, same.
Damn it.
Okay, this was our team. It was me, Jana, and our intern Patrick, who wasn't actually totally part of the team. He made some stuff for us, like the music, which we really liked, and some sounds and graphics,
And screams. That were
And-
the sounds.
the screams, and like here this
He did stones
sacrifice
again.
the stones.
He had to do
The
stones
rocks.
for Patou and rocks. That was also his work. And
Yeah, but he also did his own game, which he didn't finish, but he made a nice little concept, and yeah, I hope he had fun.
yeah.
So,
Okay.
let's
Let's do it.
right. You can find the game on our itch.io page. I wanted to have it as an WebGL build, but that didn't work out. It was just not quick enough.
Because of the fog, or what was the problem?
Several stuff.
Okay.
I don't even know. And we just play it now. But I don't know where I have
So
it.
yeah, we went into the jam with some initial ideas. Like there was the idea, okay, we want to do a Doom-like. Another idea was, okay, I wanted to do a game where you explore stuff with a ship, but that was abandoned pretty quickly. What were other ideas? I don't remember. There was a second.
No, I don't know.
There were other things. Yeah, I don't know. And then we brainstormed about the theme, like root, and everybody was writing down stuff. They were interested.
I'm just
And-
starting it for my builds.
And I had to think of probably because of Harry Potter, not the shitty game that's out now and the whole discussion, but I had to think of mandrakes, and because of roots, and I had we really quickly had the idea, okay, you would throw mandrakes, and because they scream and that they are the weapon, or you have. No, they were always like grenades. You throw screaming
Yeah.
mandrakes. That was like the main idea of the game. And I think from there we came to the setting. Okay, let's do like a darker, witchy game with pagan stuff.
Yeah.
Right. And yeah, we came to the setting. Oh, and I wanted to do trees that were not modeled or pixeled, but like photo texture stuff. That was also something that I
Sure.
really wanted to do. Okay, what does Glenny say? I enjoyed Route 666 video because of the 2D objects. Really reminds me of my old days. Yeah. Did you draw these 2D sprites? They are exceptionally well made. No, absolutely not. I think I did nothing in there per hand. I mean, it was a lot of work, right? But
It was
like,
mostly photoshopping.
I was Photoshop Philip.
Okay, let's start the game and talk about it.
Yeah, sure.
Route 666, welcome to the woods and ruins of stones and death. We will see you on the other side.
Okay.
We didn't really have a story, it was
Best
just
motivation ever.
like the wood creatures, the wood spirits, the wood people are talking to you, and you have to find the exit.
Thief 3 fans will recognize the pagan style speakeasy.
A bit, yeah.
Probably. I don't know if people recognize it, but that was the inspiration for the weird button names.
You said you don't like the no weapon in hand thing, which I don't like either, but I needed something to remind people they need a weapon in their hand and that they
Yeah,
can
sure,
find
sure.
weapons and
Okay,
that they
that's-
can change weapons. So that was the easiest solution if I had to do it in a shorter time span.
Oh, okay. I
longer
modeled
time.
the mandrake. I just.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll show you. And you painted it.
Yeah.
And you animated it.
I animated it. Yeah.
Yeah, why is this 3D?
Yeah, it was easier. For me,
Yeah.
3D is easier than building or pixeling creatures like that, for example. So those creatures, I am totally fascinated from Swiss Carnival, and you can also see them in Germany and other parts of, I think probably in Bulgaria as well. There are in certain countries. In times of carnival, people are dressed like this, like with goat fur, and also with twigs and was it hand? Fur, twigs. I don't know.
Hands.
No, like the green twigs of trees. They are like making whole costumes of them. And they really look creepy, and I mean I think they are meant to look like this to you know to shy away winter, right? That's the purpose of carnival.
Yeah, I think it's very interesting that you put an enemy really at the beginning. That's something I would never do.
You would never do that.
I would at least
I don't believe it.
have him look at the other direction, so you don't have to kill him right in the beginning.
So the problem with this was that it was really fun placing enemies and putting them into the setting, and I didn't think too much about it.
Sure.
I thought about it. I played this many times and I struggled with the enemies as well. But I don't know, they belong to the setting and they make it alive, you know? So that's why.
Why can't I jump? I want to jump.
Yeah, I stole them from like those images in the trees. I stole them from the internet. I googled old trees.
Who made the
trees.
monster sounds? The monster sounds. Who made the monster sounds?
Like the screaming is from Patrick. I think the monsters, when they follow you, they make a certain sound. I think I got it from Freesound. Freesound.org. I think most sounds are from Freesound. That's what I meant. I took more stuff from the internet. I mean the eye, yeah, for example the eye texture. I photoshopped it from the internet.
Why an eye? I never understood how you can use an eye as a weapon.
I don't know. I just thought about an eye would be cool in this setting.
I think it was more meant as a wizard stuff.
Yeah.
And now it's just a melee weapon.
I mean, it was weird. We discussed a lot if you would be a wizard because we said Doom-like, but you don't shoot, yeah.
Yeah.
So we discussed a lot if this is a melee weapon or if you can shoot, and I think you're right. I thought it as a staff, but
it's now just a club.
But it's fun. I don't know. It adds to weirdness, I think, which is cool. Also, partly I thought of. When we were behind Clark's Hills, you had the eye of a giant, and with that you could see into the future. And I think I'm still fascinated that you have a certain.
I never went here.
That you have a certain object from a creature that you can use, you know, a standalone object for something. That's cool. You know, like a witch that did weird rituals, and from that you got a. Yeah, you put the mandrake. When we edit them, they are automatically stuck in the floor, and you pulled it out because of course you can't get stuck into stone. So details. There are really details in the land.
I added now some more stair parts at this part because it annoys me that it's just stopping and there's no.
What do you mean?
Here, you made these stairs and just stopped making them.
Stop making them.
Yeah, right.
They are meant as broken.
Sure, but I wanted to show that they are broken and not just okay. Why is it stopping here? So I put some parts here and actually still in development version.
You did polish very well. Like to add some of the stone texture to the floor, but I was so busy doing. I did the level design on the last day, so I was pretty busy doing that.
Oh, we have that.
The bug is there.
The bug is back.
Yeah.
I don't really know why it's happening. After that, you can't really play it anymore. It's also strange
I mean, the grenades don't work anymore. But
Yeah, it's also strange that the witch is attacking you constantly. I should change it a bit. And also they sometimes don't get frozen by the mandrake roots. What was that about?
no. Yeah, you freeze yourself in a moment when you see this line out. You freeze. You start freezing yourself. I don't know what bug this is.
It doesn't happen in the editor, that's the problem. That's why I can't. Oh no, I need energy. Is there some heart?
I think it is part of the level. I didn't put a heart.
No, you didn't.
Or did I? Oh, I can't remember. I'm not sure.
Let's go back.
What did Glini wrote? Did you draw these to these sprites? The exception, okay, we already hit it. I don't know, darling. I really like the graphics. I just don't like the pixelated look. Never liked that. You mean like to put a filter on that, like after? Because the graphics are exceptionally well high poly, but
I just like it. I think it pulls it together.
yeah, I also like it. I think it instills fantasy.
Yeah.
You know what the objects could be. It's not too detailed.
Seems like they don't.
Also horror games. I think a pixelated look really adds to the feel.
At least I hit you now when you're asleep. That wasn't happening before.
Yeah.
That's nearly dead.
Yeah, I thought I don't want to put a heart, at the end.
Yeah.
I didn't want to do that. But maybe I should have.
That's a good idea, really. Oh no! Thought I was stuck. It's funny because sometimes they kill themselves with their own fireball.
Okay. What are you waiting for?
Yeah, but
Like one wall and you are dead or what?
I think so.
And you closed this entry from the backside. It's your fault. Because in one of the first versions you could go around the portal and just go in it from the backside. But you have to fix it.
Yeah, I have to restart.
Yeah.
Because the bug is forever.
Yeah. The screen pixel filter, yes.
I wonder if I can do it without killing anyone.
I think you can just run through. But it's harder, then you have to allure them in directions. Don't confront them. Also when they follow you it's really hard because they're quite fast.
Sure, but I'm a bit faster when I don't have any weapons on me and use the shift key. We never explained that you can sprint.
When do they leave you? At which point? Do they leave you or do they follow you first?
They follow you as long as
when they walk home.
Yeah. They follow you as long as you're in their view direction. I didn't do much in the AI part. Like normally I would say okay, they have a view distance of like 5 when they don't remember you, and if they remember you they have like a few distance of 10 or more and would see you a longer time and be not totally stupid.
Yeah.
But I didn't do that. It was a design decision.
You don't take the staff? You try to do it without.
Yeah, I'm just running through
Okay.
the mandrake rules.
They are still the best. I don't know. I think we had the idea to give them different personalities, like to let everyone scream in the room.
Yeah, but everybody was
so busy, and I think we were just fine with Patrick doing it, and it was so well. So we let it be. The distance you have when you throw the mandrake was really hard because at the beginning you would always freeze yourself with it.
Oh no secret.
Yeah, I wanted to do like a tunnel through it, or like have a certain alcove in there, where maybe I could do that and put a heart in there.
Sure.
Yeah, it was really hard in the end. It was so much to do. You know, you don't see that much like the characters. I mean, the characters were hard because I only had front pictures of them, and I faked photoshopped the back side of them because sometimes they walk and you see them from the back, and also you see them from the side. So I had to fake a side view, and that took so long because I was really
Yeah.
perfectionist with that. And I don't like the witch because I think you can't read her very well. The costume looks super amazing as a photo, but it doesn't work in the game. Not as well as the cowbell guy. So yeah, that was your testing scene, right? Because
Let's first get back to the scene that we just saw, because
art test.
because I noticed that it's pretty bland at this point if you get from the stairs, and that's
You fixed that.
what?
That's what you did.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Oh my god.
That it looks like, okay, why isn't there stairs anymore?
Wow.
Anyway,
Okay.
um,
But it wasn't in the game yet. That's why.
not yet. I didn't upload it. I want to fix this other error now.
Mhm.
I have to check player.log. I wanted to have a look at the scene because I think we can make it a bit more meaningful by just adding one thing. Like, the portal is there from the beginning,
Yeah.
and we could make it so that it only gets activated if you like collect 3 artifacts, and
Whoa, that was never planned.
yeah, right, it wasn't planned, but then this part here where you never have to be
You
could be
never
more.
have to go there. That's true.
This could be like
You have to go there and
you
pick
could
up the
you could
artifact.
add 3 of these,
Yeah.
and 3 of them you have to collect of the staffs, and
Or
then
you
we
have
have
to
one here,
light up like candles to
something like
start.
that. It would make the game a bit deeper, and yeah, I mean the level is quite big, and
Like I said, I did like 1 hour. I was finished before the end of jam.
Sure.
So
I'm just saying what we can do with
yeah,
it,
sure.
with
That's
really
cool.
not a lot of
Effort.
effort,
Mhm.
low effort.
Low effort. We got some comments. Glini said, "Okay, I would need to go back to work now. Let's again sometime, Jana. Okay, maybe not Friedrich. Maybe
Sure.
you guys come to Game Dev Meetup. Hey, we would love to next time, definitely for sure. I'll be there this month. So enjoy work and see you hopefully at the Game Dev." And Crapman says the lighting is great. Love the look in general. How'd you do the fog?
I can talk about. It's funny, I don't see any errors in the log, so it just doesn't work. It doesn't have any error. It just breaks the game.
Damn it.
That's really strange.
Yeah, it
Oh,
sucks.
I restarted. Of course, then it overwrites the log. Stupid me.
Okay, so we have to
Um,
play this thing again.
Yeah, until
Talk
it
about the
breaks
fog. Yeah, we want to do a death diary on the fog actually, because
at
we
some point.
not this fog, but it's the same we use in Patou now, right?
Yeah, not quite. The fog on the floor, the volumetric fog,
Like in
you
the
can
little
see here.
top window. Yeah, you see it.
You see it here. It's always activated. It's this. It's volumetric fog and mist 2. It's an asset on the asset store, so
It's also
I'm not ashamed to
clouds,
say.
right?
It does clouds, but I would say it's mostly for floor fog. And the nice thing about it is you can now, I asked about this feature, you can now have a distance. So that's why you don't see it above. So I can set the max distance to 200. And I wanted it to have a lower max distance just so we can also add the screen space fog, which is the blackness you see behind, which is a different kind of fog. It's just make everything black in the distance. This one is also an asset. The SCPE Stargard blah 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 post effects.
They.
It's just additional post effects that are not included in the usual URP stuff. And I think it does. No, it's in the global volume. So this is the screen space fog, and you can say what the density is and stuff like that. And we just, I mean, we could do it also in red. Okay. Yeah, stuff like that. But it's just make everything black behind, and because this uses the depth map and it's a screen space fog, the
I think that
the
was the first
volumetric
thing we implemented to have
Yeah,
the look.
yeah.
So
the volumetric fog isn't playing nice with it, but with the distance, I will talk about this too tomorrow.
yeah, we will do a new devlog tomorrow where we explain a bit about how we work with fog
Yeah.
and Patou and the two fogs we are using and what they can do and what they can't and where they suck.
Yeah.
And how we work around a bit.
And the max distance was really needed. Otherwise, we would have this was the standard setting. It would always overwrite the screen space fog, and it would look strange. Yeah. It also has terrain fit, so you can, if you have a terrain, you can fit this fog over the terrain instead of just having one height.
And can even paint it and can say, okay,
And
it's
you have
only
a fog
above
of war,
rivers, for
right?
example.
You have a fog of war feature for the volumetric fog. So this one is a nice combination and works very well for the game. I think it maybe is the reason why it looks a bit drabby. It could have more contrast. I don't know, but it's atmospheric.
Yeah, and the lighting, I'm actually not that happy with it, to be honest.
The lighting?
The lighting, lightning is missing. I wanted to
Yeah,
have
that would
lightning
be
in
fun.
there.
Rain would be cool.
Or rain. We never used rain in a game, right? Or not really? Did we ever make rain?
I don't remember. It's always hard if you have stuff where no rain is allowed.
Yeah. Because when I made screenshots, I realized that it's pretty dark somehow. It looks a bit. It could look more. I don't know, that you could recognize more from the level design. For example, there's a huge tower on the top, but you don't see that really. Yeah, that one. I even built it as a weenie, so you would see. I even Freddy put in a sound of the church bell.
Yeah, but you searched the sound.
Yeah, I did sound. You implemented it. That you would really recognize. Okay, there is this tower. When I go near it, I hear the church bell, because you should go. He followed you up there.
Yeah.
You should really go there, because from there you get into the other level or the other part of the level. Yeah, that one. And you don't see it.
Yeah, it's.
I did. It was so lovingly handcrafted. You don't even see.
I mean, it's not really needed in the game to look up and down, so
No,
you
totally
don't really
not.
do it.
I'm just not super happy with the lighting. It could be a bit better. I also don't like the skybox. I wanted to do something better, but I did it in the beginning and never changed it. So
maybe you can put a big light up here.
yeah, sure. Like I could have done that, but there were so many tasks on my to-do list. So
So maybe it also needs
not from that side, from when you come from down there, you don't even see
whatever. Maybe just an example how. Yeah, sure. I'm just saying it is an example. I didn't want to do it yet. No. I'm just saying maybe it also needs a longer way until you get to the tower to actually.
But that's like, we can talk about the tool I use to make it, because it's not that easy to. I think it's super cool to build stuff, but if you say that section I would rather put further in the distance, it's not that easy.
Sure.
You got the copy tool, but it's not like you can just grab stuff and move it around. And I think that that's a bit hard because I made it with Friedrich's fluid
You.
tool. It's a tool you can get on itch. Like you can make these Minecraft style boxes, but they have different forms. They're cubes, but also like slopes, slopes and other forms, and you can really quickly build those level designs, and it's really fun. And the textures are automatically there, and but else I don't know. It's really like if you have a vision, it's so fast to bring it in. And I only used 3 textures, like the floor. Maybe it's a bit too few, but it was perfect for the jam.
Absolutely.
Like really, one dark texture I used for the mountains or the dirt heaps around the scene. I think you don't even see them yet. Those you don't. Yeah, I never really used them. Then the floor texture with the leaves and that one. It's for the portal. So 4 textures. Okay.
Okay. I
And
see.
you have this little noise. I don't always like it, that the vertices or the meshes is a bit
But it makes it
noisy.
a bit
But
less.
in that case, I love it. It really adds
Yeah.
to the horror quirk theme. It's really, really,
It makes it definitely less clean looking.
yeah, for sure. I don't know.
Yeah.
And it's perfect for those ruins. Like if you have like an idea what you want, you are it's so amazing to make level design sketches with it. It's
Yeah.
really cool.
For
I
this kind of games, it's cool.
For that kind of games, it doesn't fit all the games. Like, I mean, we once did a game called Behind Stars and Under Hills that was also done in this tool, nearly completely. I mean, we did
Not in
some
this tool, but in a
with this
version of this tool.
Yeah, right. Like when you realize, oh no, this path is too further away, that's not easy to redo.
Yeah.
So you should have an idea of distances before that and of size. It's really hard to fix sizes sometimes.
I think that's true for a lot of tools. So.
Yeah, sure, but I just want to say that that's something I struggle with. But it's amazing because you build stuff, you start a game, you run through, you realize, oh, that's missing, then you build again and stuff like this. So it's really neat. Krabin says, very nice indeed. I guess as a creator, one can always complain, but there are some great green-red intersection, and overall the look reminds me of the old Clive Barker shooters. I like.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Why not?
Yeah. So that definitely helped the purpose to do the level like this. I mean, like really, I recognized how much I love level design doing this. How much I really love building levels and creating stuff. I mean, I couldn't use that to get into another game studio, but it's because I sometimes wonder, okay, what's really my strength? What's really something I would do for another studio? And I think level design is really, I mean, it's for jam, okay? If it would be like for a real game, it would be much more excessively detailed or thought through a bit more, but like the verticality and all the stuff, it's really
you could even
like.
dig down and make some tunnels.
Totally.
One interesting development problem during the jam was the water.
Yeah.
You wanted the player not to go into the water, so no death because of water, and totally understand that because people will always try that and then be frustrated. So it's actually a hard thing because I didn't want to create a lot of colliders along the lines of the river. And there is not a good way to restrict a character controller like that. So you will notice that the water doesn't have any corners like this.
Yeah.
This would make it look more natural. But we couldn't have that because my solution for the collider problem was this. In the beginning, when the game starts, it would generate a shitload of box colliders that you will see. Where do we have them? Water colliders. It's just very big box colliders, and each position has one where the water is. And that had one problem because this part didn't have this water collider. So I had to add that manually because it would just think, okay, there's a floor, so there's no water, and then people would fall into it and would never be able to get out. So that was fixed by just adding one collider by hand.
Yeah.
So that was the only one.
I'm glad you tested that because, or you fall for it.
I think I found that after
Yeah.
uploading the jam version.
Sure.
So yeah, it's how you don't fall into the water. Other fun stuff we encountered during the jam. I mean, it's always fun, the AI.
Oh yeah, right. You were working on a what's the name?
A behavior tree.
Behavior tree, right.
And my behavior tree implementation I did in C# proved to be useful for the enemies. I mean, it would have probably been a tiny bit faster if I just would have used if-then constructs, because it's jam code, who cares? But I wanted to use my fluent behavior tree, so it uses actually sequences and selectors, and then you can do in a sequence like the sequence of how to check if the enemy is paralyzed. Does a check is being paralyzed? Is the paralyzed time bigger than 0? And then if that is true, because it's a sequence, it goes to the next one, then stand still. And if this is false, then it would end and go to the next. It would either attack if the enemy is seen, or it would wait if there's no if there's some waiting time, or it would idle, which means walking around or standing around. So this is what the selector does. It chooses each node, each child node, until it finds one that is true, and then the rest is discarded. So this is basically how a behavior tree works, and it's easy to implement some AI with it, and especially extend it in a short time frame.
Yeah.
And with my implementation, I could easily like say, okay, if it has the melee behavior, make the behavior tree for the attack, the sub tree, but make it so that the enemy only attacks if the player is near, and if not, follow the player. And for ranged, it would be a bit further away, of course, but also go if the enemy is if the player is near, then don't do the ranged attack, because it would kill you too. Stuff like that.
Does the witch behave like that? She doesn't shoot when you're near her?
She doesn't shoot, she just does normal melee attack.
Alright.
I could have just removed the self-inflicting.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah.
I mean, it was fun, but that I could really add enemies and could choose, okay, are they rotating around themselves?
Yeah,
are they like
I defined some behaviors for like you can rotate always to the player, so they would either see them and then
walk home.
When them walk home means they walk back to the start place, or they rather only have a radius around their start place where they walk around, or walk anywhere, so they could actually go from one end of the map to the other end, if the randomness says so. Yeah,
that was cool. I mean, it really helps grading a level even further.
So basically I would do this first enemy like this.
Okay.
Look into the other direction. And then it's not so. Then it's more surprising when he follows you. Like, okay,
Probably.
what is he? He's not doing anything. La la la, he's probably not evil. Ah! Yeah, I don't know. Maybe not two enemies at the same time at the beginning.
Wow!
Yeah, I didn't update the nav mesh for this
Yeah, sure.
test.
Cool.
Yeah. Do our viewers have any questions?
Yeah, I don't know anything else to say, except maybe for the blue lights. I mean, in the beginning, I just put them there to make the level a bit more, have light in there at all.
Yeah.
But I also use it as a guide for the player to find their way through because I don't want them to search around too much. Ludi's there.
And he says Patou changed a lot.
Yeah, Patou changed a lot. We cut the dog. We added weapons. Now it's cool.
And now it will sell.
Now it will sell.
Who made these great candles?
Yeah, they're from Patrick. They're
think
like part.
I think they have the most polies.
Yeah, part the altar, part the bones that I just stuck into the ground, and of course candles. Because he made candles, and then I asked him to, can you make like something to put the candles on so the candles don't stand on the floor but a bit higher. So
Yeah.
that's what he created.
I think I don't like that the particle effect uses the standard particle. When I do pixel games like this, pixely games, I usually use only
Quads.
But that would be nicer if I changed it a bit.
Cool.
Just saying.
Yeah, but it's cool that he did his candles because I didn't have time to create those assets, and that was really, really helpful. Yeah, so the blue lights, I still think it's interesting what it does to the level, because we had a discussion if the player should search around and if they're too easy, if the level design is now too easy. But I think it's for that kind of game, you should not search too much where to go, and those candles really help to show you the way.
One thing with the blue light is for me that the enemies get blue when they're paralyzed.
That's a problem.
And it looks a bit strange when you think, oh, they are paralyzed. Oh, they're just in the blue light. And
it's a light, yeah, right. Because I suggested to show that they are paralyzed, to make them blue, like I learned in Zelda. I think they get violet, but yeah, doesn't matter.
I mean...
And yeah, the lighting sometimes look like they are paralyzed when you throw a mandrake in the direction and you think, oh, they're done. But yeah, then they come over to you, and that's a bit...
It would have probably been better if they were just some particle effect when they're paralyzed.
Yeah, sure. Maybe like some spirals. I don't know. Or confused sounds like... you can polish the stuff so much. I mean, we talked a bit about like if this would be a project we love to do, like for real, like a little game like this, like with more weapons and other enemies. I would do in a real game. I would do the enemies in 3D actually. I wouldn't do them in 2D anymore because it's much work to. And the lighting always doesn't fit, and you can do more animations with them, and I think they would be cooler in full 3D. And also fit a bit better. Yeah, with the lighting especially.
Yeah. Do you have a particular level design approach? First we make them white boxes, and then we do them beautifully.
I think at first what kind of setting do I want to do, and I had the idea, okay, it's like a graveyardy thing, like really in an old ruin, and I wanted the bell tower was an early idea, like as a weenie, so people would go into this direction, would see it. It doesn't work. We talked about, and And after that, you would go to a swamp thing. I was sure I wanted to have like water in there, or at least like swampy stuff, also because of the sound.
Yeah.
So we can have like whoop, 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 whoop sounds. Yeah, and the trees. For me, it started with the trees. Like I wanted to work with photos of trees as level barriers. That was
We have
like my beginning.
this great screenshot here.
But how it started.
Did
Yeah.
you upload it?
I think I uploaded it. I'm not sure. Maybe not on Mastodon.
Oh wait, I think you had it on our little group.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I saw that in a game, in a crawler or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the beginning. Like I did the floor, I put in the fog and the skybox first, and then this tree. Like, and from there it felt good because it was the right atmosphere. And then I thought, okay, what kind of level fits to this kind of tree? And then I had the idea of this ancient ritual ruin site. Sorry. Yeah, what's the approach? I think I drew a little sketch in my sketchbook. Like where people would go, and I also had the idea, okay, in the end there is some portal, and I always love to do stuff that includes a bit verticality, so that you not just walk in one height, that you go up and down, and like Freddy said, it would be really fun if you would go into the ground and stuff like this. Yeah. So above that, it was mostly gut feeling, to be honest.
And
because
time constraints.
Yeah, time constraints, because I like the first part of the level until the bell tower I did on the second day, and on the third day, the last day, before finishing the jam, I did the second part of the level, and I didn't have much time. So I knew I wanted this side to be a bit higher, so I started it a bit higher, and then I thought, okay, how would people approach it? And of course, it's a portal, it's a ritual, like you see sometimes in all trashy movies, like where they have like those stairs that go up to a witch that is doing her ritual there.
Yeah.
So I faked that, but I didn't want people to really go from down there right up. So I did hit the stairs, like there you have to look a bit around.
Yeah, it was hard to see, but that was good.
Yeah,
I really expected some.
I wanted to do something in there, but I couldn't finish. Heart would be really cool. Like you go in there and there's an altar and there's a heart on it, so it would be fun.
Or something else, an enemy.
Yeah, and an enemy, both, of course. Yeah, I don't like the in between. It's a bit it's not super thought to be honest.
Some grass would be cool.
Yeah, I don't have time for it. So it's basically just a parkour, you just go around there. So going straight through is boring, so you build a U form. It's always good. But like Freddy said, I built this area here and I didn't really use it. So, I mean, players don't know that this is the door. Yeah. I mean, they see it, they feel it, they go there. But sometimes, I mean, some people love walk like in the south of the screenshot of the screen. They walk there, but not really, because they see the enemies, so they really that straight go to this door here. So yeah, that's not good level design. It's not boring. And doors. I wanted to do doors like bushes, that hide a bit what's behind the area that you are in.
For that.
But yeah, we didn't have time for that, because just wishing for doors is not, hey, can we add doors?
I mean, I thought about it, but it's also always a problem with the nav mesh.
Yeah.
With 666 coins, the other game I made.
I mean, it could have been crappy. It could have been just crappily made, just visually. But yeah, I know, it's...
Sure.
Yeah.
But with 666 coins, the doors became a performance problem. They would recalculate the nav mesh, and somehow this would create a ton of garbage, and enemies would all recalculate their paths somehow, and I don't know if this is a fixed problem, or is there some solution I didn't see, or if I should just switch the AI solution. I'm happy that it mostly works now without any. There's this plugin called AI Pathfinding Pro, and I used it for Why, the other project.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm happy if I don't have to use it, because the more plugins you add, the more stuff you have to look for and ask other developers and stuff. So this one works now. You can actually create the nav mesh on runtime. That wasn't always possible. And you could cut the nav mesh and so on. I think you see it here. It's on the trees. Stuff like that, but yeah, doesn't always work. Everything has its problems.
Yeah. Maybe another thing talking about level design is the ritual plays. Like Friedrich first implemented had jumping in there, and I tried to build the level design in a way that it was necessary that you couldn't jump, because by that you could do stuff like, okay, if you run into this little arena, you have to fight the enemy, and you can only get out here, but then you are back at the beginning. I don't like the idea. I thought it would be fun that you go out there. But yeah, but it's backtracking. You go around and around there to the bridge again. I think I would do it different now. But yeah, so it changes a lot if you say, okay, you can only use this hate. You can build interesting level design situations with that.
I mean, what one could do is, like, we have doors and they only open by smacking the eye on them. So you could add a door here. People wonder, how do I get there? Then they get the stick. Then they come back and see, I can open the door with the stick, and they get some goodie.
All the ideas. So I think that's it. What I would say about it.
It's important for me that you don't see everything from the beginning. That's not too linear, and that, that's you can find stuff that isn't totally obvious, but you don't have to. So it's always interesting.
Yeah.
That's my design approach. Not much of an approach.
I mean, I would maybe also, if I would do a redesign of that, I would probably also do that you see the portal, at least from the bell tower. That you see that there's this portal, like with lighting effects and stuff. That would be cool.
I think one thing that very important to me is everything should have a reason.
Yeah.
And that's what Doom doesn't have. Everything looks totally random. It's somehow a station on a planet, but also it has some really strange architecture, and it has acid pits directly at the beginning.
That's part of the work. It's hard, but
so I always like to think, okay, what could have happened here that it's broken? Was this mud river always there? Did it happen later on?
Yeah, maybe stuff could have broken into the river as well.
Yeah.
As an idea, sure.
There was this what was it called? The Ultima Underworld 2 level maps. Let's see if I find what I wanted to find. Okay, it's called not the Pits of Carnage, the Tomb of Presoloth.
Okay.
Oh fuck. That's two.
I just know in Ultima it was fun because there are some parts where you fall through from a top level into a bottom area, and that was pretty cool. It's pretty cool level design when you go up back to find your way.
Fuck. Okay, the Tomb of Presoloth. Tomb of I don't know how he's written. Ultima Underworld 2. Let me think. Map. See ya.
Bye bye.
Just I had one page where there's just
Is it Praetorloth? Is it Praetorloth?
Razor. I think it's just his name. I just want a map.
Maybe search with Google.
Okay, there it is. This is like ages ago. That's not the map. Britannia. Persona. This is ages ago where first had this feeling of, okay, this level has meaning. It has a design.
Mm-hmm.
Where is it? Kinnor Keep. What? Oh, Prison Tower of Tana.
Search with ST Control F.
Whatever.
Search.
Oh, it's Rhiannon. I never knew the name. Okay. This is some kind of underground thing, like everything in Ultima Underworld, of course. But I really liked it. It had these tombs, these like mausoleums, and you walked around here, and suddenly you get to a
river?
To a little underground river, and it would be through the magic of level design and visual storytelling and environmental storytelling. Okay, this river wasn't always there. It broke into these rooms.
Yeah, I like that as well.
And you would see that here, and it felt somehow natural. And it was so really the first time that I thought, oh, that's cool. You can do more stuff than just put room on hallway on room on hall on hallway on room. And even though that's a very boring design, right? It's just room. But they added this little river here, and suddenly it feels alive. It
But
feels
one
like
room
it
is
has
also missing, is it?
Yeah, I think it has
No
rocks
bottom?
that fell from the ceiling, and it's just not approachable. And I think here too, so you couldn't enter everything. They sometimes even had rooms without any door, but you have a spell where you could jump like 2 meters in front of you.
Without knowing if there's something.
I mean, there is a spell to find out if something is.
Ah, okay, krass.
You can like have the magic eye and walk through the level from above, and then you can find these rooms. And sometimes you just try things out.
Yeah.
Where you get like hints, okay, there's a room behind this room, and then you just use this.
Yeah, but that's really a fun and really great example. I think that's also how I would work. Think up cool stuff, but also think about why it is like that. I mean, it doesn't work with our level all the time, but
sure.
That was especially a place where I thought, yeah, okay, maybe it's broken because it's a ruin. Okay.
Sure.
Anything else to talk about?
Next year again, Global Game Jam? Sure.
I enjoyed it really this year. I was happy that we took part. Because before that, I wasn't that hyped, to be honest. Also because I was ill a bit and stuff. But yeah, it was cool.
We didn't do too much. We had fun. It was relaxed.
I mean, we really found a soft spot again of stuff that was new for us, or at least for me, where I could experiment. But still it was in a comfort zone, because I think that's important. Because before the jam starts, I was like, oh, okay, do I really want to do graphics for a whole game again? Because that's what I'm doing like in my work all the time, and I sometimes feel overwhelmed by it right now. And
that's why I write my own tool, so I don't have to do all the stuff again.
Yeah, but not for a jam, okay?
not for the jam, but in general, I do behavior tree stuff. I build this level editor
True.
just so I can get to the cool
But
stuff.
with
earlier.
graphics, I mean, graphics is the cool stuff normally, you
Sure.
know. So yeah.
So this was it for today, I think.
Mm-hmm.
There was the idea that we start System Shock 2 already. System
Yeah.
Shock 2 already, but not really in the mood right now, so maybe next week.
Oh, I thought you were in the mood, but I was a party pooper because on Friday I meet with
No,
a friend.
I would have pushed it more if I had.
Okay, all right. So maybe next Wednesday, if we don't have topics to stream, we start with.
I mean, I downloaded a lot of demos because it's the Steam Next.
Ah, really?
Next
Did
Fest.
you? Because I didn't check it out.
I didn't try anything yet. I
You just downloaded demos.
Yeah, I have the Dark and Darker demo. Let's check. Which is a
that one. Yeah, right.
which is a PvPvE multiplayer dungeon thing, and Tom said it would be like it's like Thief and Arx Fatalis, and then they added something you hate. So maybe it's cool.
Yeah, all right.
I have to test it, but I'm really not the multiplayer type.
Yeah, sure. Let's play it on Sunday, maybe.
As a Spirited Thief that was on the Stealth Reddit, and somehow someone recommended it.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if I like tactical stealth game from top. It's like you plan the heist and you get in. I hope that's really the case and not just steal, and it is.
Grabman says, "Oh, I heard things about what? Probably the first game, right?"
Yeah. Then Shadows of Doubt.
Oh, that one with the detective, right? Where you could
Yeah.
go into every door.
Yeah,
And...
yeah. And
Ah, yes.
so I'm really interested in that one because it looks cool. And
Yeah. Although I don't like the voxel characters.
I
to
don't
be
like the
honest.
voxel guys either, but overall it has a certain charm. And
Mhm. Yeah, totally. But I don't know because the voxel characters don't fit the area surrounding them. So
yeah, I think I would have done them differently.
like low poly style.
No idea. And then the many pieces of Mr. Coup.
Okay, what's that?
I showed it to you.
Ah, that one. Yes, all right. Oh, so many cool games. I think I pass. I'm not even taking a look at it. But
Yeah,
maybe
I mean, you played a lot of games recently because
Yeah.
of your judging jury.
Yeah. So maybe that's the reason. But also, like, I'm. But also, I'm like, yeah, I want our game to be in a stadium that we could put it into the next game festival.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really know if I like this one. It's just okay, it's an adventure and it has a quirky style.
Yeah, it looks cool. It looks really fun.
And I got this one just because someone on some Discord server posted it, and it's just Bomberman.
Mm.
I don't know about it. It doesn't look that good, to be honest. But maybe it's super fun, you know. You
Yeah.
never know if you don't try.
I'm not a big Bomberman fan. I don't know why, but it's the gameplay
I mean,
doesn't
it has
appeal to
co-op.
me. I know, still doesn't.
I remember some times fondly where we played some really cheap Bomberman clone a lot
Yeah.
with my friends from school, and yeah.
Okay.
So this is why I have a special place in my heart for Bomberman, even though I never played the original Bomberman.
I don't know why. I have to think about it more. Why that's not my gameplay.
Whatever. Not that important. Okay. Good night then, I would say.
Yeah, I think I'm getting a bit tired, but it was cool. It was fun showcasing the game and
Yeah.
talking it through again.
Maybe I should do more development logs.
Oh yeah, maybe we should. So maybe tomorrow we do, or we have planned to do a new devlog,
Yeah.
show some stuff of Patou. So
Basically the same as today with the fog.
most likely, but also some other stuff.
Maybe.
All right.
Okay.
So have a very nice evening, and
Hey, good night.
see you next week, perhaps.
Bye.
Bye.